Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. It's been a while, but I think it's time to give you an update of what's been going on. And you can join me on my morning walk to the spring. I've got a bottle to get some spring water right from the source, whilst I give you a bit of an update, because it has been a busy couple of months. Oh no, I think we're going to get caught in some rain. Even though this is a really good time for growers, it's not a good time for video, but I'm trying to fit it in to give you an update. So basically the last few months, if you don't know already, me and my two brothers we purchased a property in South Spain with a piece of land, and we have big plans to create the dream food paradise in the Mediterranean. And it's going to be part of Growing Nature 2.0, Growing Nature Dose. So that is one thing that I've been really planning, getting under control, but really pair that with sorting out the visas with Spain. That's been a bit of a problem, and to be honest, that's still being a bit of a problem. That's not under control yet, and I might have to be out the country again soon. But that with tennis, I've also been traveling to Portugal late last year doing tennis tournaments. I didn't get too far, unfortunately, but I have plans again to go to Tunisia next month in February for some more tennis tournaments. And also managing multiple online businesses at the same time, and the Christmas period was extremely busy. So all this has just led to a big storm of stuff to do, but it's all positive and it's all moving forwards in the right direction. And you could say to me, why not just slow down? Why not just do it slower? What's the big rush with trying to kickstart the gardens on this property? Or what's the big rush with trying to do, I don't know, all these other things? But the thing is, taking fruit trees specifically, I want to get them planted now. I don't want to settle in. I don't want to furnish the house. I want to get the fruit trees planted as the first priority, because they're the things that can't wait. The best time to plant a fruit tree is now, and I always say that, so now I need to live by that. And to be honest, I was speaking to the previous owner of this property. He did an amazing job building the buildings themselves, but he wishes he planted the fruit trees sooner. So I don't want to make the same mistake. I want to get the fruit trees in. We've got a fruit tree order of 40 fruit trees coming next week, of peaches, pomegranates, figs, cherries, loads of fruits. But I've also got even more plans to get, these tropical fruits to push the boundaries, with fruits like mangoes, pawpaws. I was speaking to a local farmer yesterday. He said he thinks there's potential to grow something like pawpaws. I don't actually know too much about that, but you can look it up for me if you want. Let me know in the comments if you think I should plant it. Dragon fruits, bananas, all these different kind of fruits. But anyway, so that's what's going on with this property. But I was also back in the UK over Christmas with the family for 2 weeks, and in that period I did actually plant 20 more fruit trees, just to give you an update on the UK food forest. I also pruned all the fruit trees whilst I was there. The reason I didn't make a video on that was because, one, it was gale force wind and pouring down with rain, so it wouldn't have been a very nice video to watch, but it also wouldn't have been very helpful because I couldn't have given my time to making a video in conditions like that. And today I'm a little bit fortunate with the weather. It's not raining right now. Yesterday was the first real downpour, I'd say. Thunderstorms, thunder and lightning, knocked all the power out in the houses, so I had to get onto that. But yeah, really, it's just a whole different way of living more in touch with nature, living with the elements. It's not often in the UK the power goes out, but when you have a storm here, you have to sort of pay attention and be more with nature. So I can feel a bit of a storm coming. Hopefully I can get to spring before then, and then get back to the property, because I haven't got a coat or anything. I'm in my t-shirt. But these paths here, you can see the signs. I'll show you signs of what's lurking in the forest, in this cork oak forest. I'll show you signs of it in a minute, but basically I'm always keeping my eyes out for wild boar, because there is wild boar in this forest. Although they're not dangerous, I'm a little bit cautious because they can have a strong butt and they've got tusks, so I don't want to get got by one. I've had a few standoffs, you could say, with them, but nothing bad has happened. Only just a bit of a stare down, and then they've just run off to the side of the track. But where I'm stood now in this cork oak forest, this is the land we purchased, and this is what I'm going to be responsible for looking after and maintaining. And I'll do it in the most natural way possible, you know me, most in line with nature as possible. But this also, I just want to show you this quickly whilst I'm passing. We are in the south of Spain, the Mediterranean, so it is a dry climate. But when you go to a natural setting, the natural forest that is ancient, because this forest has been here for generations, untouched, and you can see that the leaves are green on all the trees, and it stays like this most of the year. And this is very good for someone like me to look at as a grower nearby, to think, how has that forest maintained its lush green look through the dry Spanish summers? And the reason is because it has the right foundations of a natural forest, which I apply to the food forest in the UK, and I will be applying to the food forest here in Spain. And that is through simple methods such as having a covering, like you can see here on the ground. The whole ground is covered with leaves from these trees, and also due to the fact that it has a natural canopy, because the trees themselves are creating shade for the ground, stopping it from drying out as much. Because one of the challenges, well, the biggest challenge of growers in places like this is managing water. So not only having access to water, like we've got a spring here, but also retaining moisture in the soil and retaining water in the ground so that the plants can stay green without the need to water as much. So, I mean, the spring itself we've got here was one of the main reasons we chose to purchase this property, because it was a requirement we had from the beginning, especially in an area like this, but also because of the health of having a natural spring on the property. Water so pure, straight from the source, that you can't even buy anything close. I'll show you briefly, but this here, that there is actually the first point where the water comes out. I'll do a full video at another time. We've got a pipe running under the ground. The previous owners put in this system to allow all the properties to have spring water as the tap water. And this is the first little tank it holds in. I'll show you in here. That is the flow rate of the spring. That's how fast it's coming out. And that doesn't actually change much during the summer. I measured the flow rate. It's about 1 litre every 15 seconds. And that is pretty incredible considering it is 24/7. Imagine leaving a tap on at that rate. You feel like you're wasting water, but when you see how nature works, how abundant it is, even in a dry place like South Spain, it changes your whole perspective. So let's get some water. Also, another good sign that this is a good spring is the fact that it tastes amazing. I know for sure this is good quality spring water because of the taste. It tastes clean, it tastes pure. I know it's unpolluted as well because all the surrounding areas are unfarmed, natural forest and mountains. So that is very good. And there's a lot of stuff showing now how good spring water is as a water source, because spring water is filtered through rock and pushed out the ground over years, and it's almost coming out as like a living source of water. It's charged with the ground, has tons of minerals from the ground, and I'm getting it at the first point it leaves the ground. I said ground a few too many times then, but you get the idea. spring water, absolutely essential. Good quality water. Saying that, you can't beat the water that is in fresh fruits, and right now it's orange season, and the structured water in the oranges, H3O2, is so hydrating that you won't even need to drink much water. So I found myself at the moment going down to the orange trees in the morning and just standing by them and eating 4 oranges. A bit like an animal, really. Anyway, I think it's going to start raining, so I might get a move on, give it a bit of a jog, start jogging. But yeah, so as you can see, I've been very busy. Been very busy with the settling in, and hopefully this year I'll have a lot more to show you and be able to really start creating a dream food paradise in the Mediterranean. I cannot wait to share it and build it and start living more in touch with nature myself. So I don't want to get too in touch, I don't want to get caught in a big cloud of rain here now. But what am I doing? Right, I think that's a good place to round it off. So hopefully you'll see more of me soon. If you don't, then you didn't subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.